Hello everyone, this is the Straightest Cube Zina. In today's video we're going to compare 3D and 2D. We will look at these two creative fields not from a which one is better perspective, but from the standpoint of profession, effort and results. First of all, I am not a professional in either of these areas. However, I do have some experience in both, and based on that experience, I have formed a few conclusions. Everything I say here is just my personal reasoning. If I'm wrong about something, feel free to correct me in the comments. I would gently love to learn more. So let's start with the resources required to work in 2D and 3D. For 2D, you don't need anything special at the beginning. You can start sketching with just a sheet of paper and a pen or pencil. Obviously, as you grow, you will likely invest in better tools and materials to improve both your workflow and the quality of your art. For 3D, on the other hand, you need at least a computer. It doesn't have to be powerful at first, but eventually you will probably need to upgrade it. A 3D modeling program. And the real challenge isn't just having the software, it's learning how to use it. But we'll talk about that in the next section. So, if we compare 2D and 3D in terms of starting requirements, it's clear that 3D demands more resources upfront. In 2D, practice begins the moment you pick up a pencil. In 3D, however, you first need to understand a large number of tools and features inside the software. Without that knowledge, your models will look rough, and the overall experience can be frustrating. Just look at this, and this, and this, this, and everything else. As an example, I have already spent quite a lot of time learning 3D. However, in the video you are currently watching, those who understand modeling may notice that I do everything rather primitively and slowly. I'm struggling with the software to create the image I have in my head exactly the way I imagine it. Simply because I don't know all the tools in the program, what they do and how they interact with each other. And this isn't even half of the final result. Despite the simplicity of the model, it took me about 4 hours of continuous work and fixing errors that I don't even fully understand. Of course, drawing is hard, and drawing well is even harder, but you can start gaining practical drawing experience immediately. With 3D, you need to build a basic foundation of technical knowledge before the real creative process becomes enjoyable. For 2D and 3D, creativity and a rich imagination are essential. However, in 3D your creativity also affects your speed, technical quality, and even whether you can execute your ideas at all. 3D and 2D have specializations like landscapes, architecture, character design, illustration, game development, and so on. But because of the wide range of tools in 3D, it also has many different directions. Modeling, sculpting, UV mapping, animation, lighting, and more. This shows that 3D offers a very broad technical spectrum, but 2D remains the foundation of visual art. Ultimately, from my point of view, the main reason why 2D and 3D can't truly be compared is that they are fundamentally different, even though they are closely connected. Without 2D, 3D wouldn't exist. Sketches, concept arts and drawings make it possible to create strong 3D models. No matter how advanced 3D becomes, it still relies on 2D foundations. Just as 3D has its own final products for certain industries, 2D has its own products for others, including for 3D as well. It would be a mistake to underestimate 2D, because it forms much of the visual foundations we rely on. Both fields will always need skilled professionals, and in both 2D and 3D, there is no limit to improvement. Thank you for watching this video. I would really appreciate a like and subscription. In future videos, I plan to talk more specifically about 3D modeling, the challenges I face and some interesting features you can find in Blender. If that sounds interesting to you, let me know in the comments. See you in the next video. Straight out!